Hi everyone, it's Emily and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm sitting down to film my book review for Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This will be a non-spoilery review, so if you haven't read the book or seen the movie, then you can watch this. This was my first time reading this classic in a bound-up edition. It was my mum's and she passed it on to me, and I've been wanting to read it for a while, and I finally did. Pride and Prejudice follows a family called the Bennets, more specifically their second eldest, Elizabeth Bennet, and her relationship with a new man who has come to town, Mr. Darcy, who is serious and arrogant and overall just shocking to Elizabeth. I gave this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the most incredible reading experience, but I still really enjoyed the book and the characters and some of the messages. It took me about a month to read this novel because I wasn't in the right mindset to read a classic, so I don't really know why I made myself pick it up, but I'm glad I did in the end because I did really like it. In terms of the characters, Elizabeth, Lizzie, wasn't my absolute favourite. I found her quite irritating at some points, such as, without spoilers, in matters where she was in the wrong but didn't spend too much time reflecting on what she had done and perhaps how she could change her behaviour or her ideas to be more accurate and better. However, in the end she did develop as a character and I really like where she ended up. Mr. Darcy also went through similar development. In the beginning I wasn't his biggest fan, but I ended up enjoying him a lot more than I did Elizabeth's character. He was certainly complex, and I don't think swoon-worthy for me because he is just way too troublesome and just too much effort goes into that, but he was understandable, and unlike Elizabeth, he made a lot of amends, and that was really great to read about. My absolute favourite character of this novel was without a doubt the eldest Bennet daughter, Jane. She is an interesting character. She is perpetually optimistic and quite naive to the flaws of other people. She always hopes for the best in everyone, and though it is way too idealistic to be real or helpful in her situation, I still really enjoyed reading her and reading about her, particularly her developing relationship with Mr. Darcy's best friend, Mr. Bingley. They were absolute dorks and it was very cute. Elizabeth's relationship with Jane was one of my absolute favourite parts of this book. They were great sisters. They protected each other and protected all their younger siblings. They connected on a level that Elizabeth didn't really have with any other of her family members. They just could talk about things so openly and encourage each other and support each other and also challenge each other, which is what being sisters should be about. The Bennet family, all 7 of them, was crazy. Mr. Bennet, Mrs. Bennet, Jane, Elizabeth, Mary, Kitty and Lydia, that's all of them. Their dynamic was ridiculous, and I think it was really brilliantly brought out in the movie adaptation with Keira Knightley. I just love that adaptation because it shows how chaotic and how disjointed the family is, and yet how, for the most part, they still end up working together in a lot of ways and they still somehow make everything fall into place. That's what families are. They're filled of different characters who clash and work together, who love and hate in extreme measures most of the time at the same time. I just thought it was brilliantly done and really realistic as well. In terms of the writing style, Jane Austen's work was absolutely lovely. I haven't read any other book by her. This was my first, and her writing was very easy to get into, romantic and lovely and understandable. I didn't struggle with understanding the ideas she was trying to present as I do with some classics. I just really connected to her writing and found it really lovely, and I'm definitely going to read more of her works, some of which are included in this little bind-up. Though there wasn't anything incredible or inspiring about her writing style, unlike I find F. Scott Fitzgerald's, I still really enjoyed it. The plot of this novel, and I'm not going to spoil here, was intriguing, if not a bit slow-paced. At times I was very tired of what was going on and was sort of just like, oh, let's get this over and done with. Miscommunication was a big part of the plot, so that irritated me a little bit. Unfortunately, I had already seen the movie before reading this book, which took away some of the intrigue that came with reading the book, as I already knew what was happening plot-wise, and that lowered my rating, but I still really enjoyed following Lizzie and Mr. Darcy and Jane and the sisters through their crazy, tumultuous year. And I think that's it for my short non-spoiler review of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Happy reading, stay safe. Bye!
Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap.